All right, well, welcome Norman Kinsey, Real Estate vs. Technology. We have co-host Mr. Dan Gandy. How's it going, Dan?
It's doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. And then we have Tim.
Welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology. Well, you'll get the inside scoop from top producing real estate professionals all around the country, best practices, techniques, and learn about what technology they're using to drive to ensure their success in this world we call real estate.
We have Tamika. Tamika is our special guest today. Welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology, Tamika.
Right. Well, thank you for having me, Norm, and also Dan.
Of course. No worries at all. And just for some transparency, a little script here. Tamika actually came to my home and it was on the market and she left her car and I was like, I got to reach out to her. We have her website behind us. We love what she's doing. And we're like, she is a prime example of what you need to be doing online as far as being able to get as much exposure as possible around your ideal client or the area that you focus on. So thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you so much for leaving your card.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. It's my pleasure.
So awesome. So we want to get a little bit to know about you. So we understand how long you've been in the business, what made you get into the business, and like what areas do you serve?
Yeah, no, well, again, thank you again for having me on. It really is a treat. I love what you're doing as well, so I just had to kind of put that in there. Love what you're doing with agents and kind of giving them a little bit of platform virtually and, podcast-wise, just all in the social media platforms. So what you're doing is really, really awesome. So yeah, Tamika Ellsworth, that's my name. And I've been in the business, since about 2004. But it's unique because I started off as a carpenter in 2001. I was a carpenter and, Union 405 out of San Jose. Was there and did bridges and overpasses, but then I started to go to Tijuana, Mexico to build homes for the homeless, missionary trips. And I'm telling you, like, if you've never done anything like that before in your life, it will change you. And I love the idea at the very end, we would give the keys to the homeowner. And something inside me was like, I want to be able to do this for a career. And so hence, came, did a little soul searching and packed up all my stuff, moved to Tracy, because at the time I was in San Jose, single, no kids, no babies, no nothing, and moved out there and learned the business, got my license in 2004 and haven't looked back since. I do service the areas of Alameda County and also Santa Clara County. My office, which, Equity One helped one of 6 agents that helped open up that brokerage back in 2014 or so. And so I still have my territory, hence that's where your home is located, in Alameda County area. So I still service that area and also Santa Clara County because I just love it. I can't get away from it. But I love just that area because I did work in that area for many years before moving down here.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, good for you.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's really fun, especially to have the start that I did. Wasn't traditional, woman, female, what, 20? It was really completely non-traditional, but I met some of the most amazing people, men that just in carpentry, some of the most amazing people with brilliant minds. You won't see them, in a classroom kind of doing, different algorithms or anything. However, they were fantastic at their craft. So I learned a lot.
Wow. Awesome. That's cool. Probably helped you too in the space of real estate as well. So that's great. So you kind of on that side, for the build side of looking at the actual property, that's cool.
Exactly. That's what makes me a little bit unique with comparison. And it's projects that I've done, work with Habitat for Humanity, did a lot of women's builds. So a lot of my passion is just, with women and, doing, there's a lot of them that have never even held power tools. So it's little things like that really do help with women and kind of giving them confidence in knowing that, number one, hey, you can buy your place and you can do a little DIY and it's fun. So
It is.
Totally.
Not with nails though. With nails is very, very hard. So that's.
Let's get into the nuts and bolts of your business. Why don't you tell us a little bit about are you working with buyers and sellers? What's maybe your production level, best year you've ever had? Whatever you want to share.
Well, no, I do work a lot with buyers. Call me crazy, maybe I love the hunt, I love the craziness with it. I'm competitive, and I love being able to get into a situation, for instance, even like, Norm's place. I love how many offers? All right, cool. So how can we make this work? And so I love the hunt and the chase of getting a home, especially for someone that really didn't think they'd be able to have home ownership, to be honest with you. So that's a big bulk of my clientele, are a lot of buyers that first timers, or those that didn't even know they can even afford a home or be able to get a home in the Bay Area specifically. I do work a lot with listings because obviously when buyers, and it's been 18 years in the business, right? So I do work on listings. I have a good steady flow of buyers and sellers because my buyers turn to sellers and then they end up purchasing again. So I have a couple of them that are even going even right now. So a lot of my production ranges, I've been, I'm on the Bay East MLS, so been Grandmaster for years, on end. So every year I do produce. I'm a top producer even in my company. Last year was top producer in EQ1. And, so it's steadily increasing. I think I probably averaged about anywhere between 17 and 20 mil, kind of on average. And have probably clientele or transactions that range anywhere from 12 to 20. It just depends on the year and the type of transactions. So, and it's just me for right now. So not building up a team quite yet, but we'll see.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I think in this industry, everyone always wants to talk numbers and volume. And I always say it's not all about that. It's all about how many families you can help and how many dreams of real estate you can create. And I think that's a big mission to what you're saying. So
100%, Dan. And I know we'll probably talk about, like, that's the crux of my business. I think I'm untraditional in the way where I really do mesh faith along with real estate. That really doesn't go together a whole lot. It just doesn't. And I at this point in my career, I'm like, I can't deny the fact that, faith is a huge part of who I am. And I've seen so many crazy, I'm calling the miracle. I've seen some just crazy stuff that there's no way. I'm very skilled at what I do. However, there's some things I can't put my finger on. I don't know how. But it happens consistently. And so that's a big part of my business too. Faith in home buying is what I do a lot of. And I don't know if you want to talk about that, but yeah, I do a lot with faith in home buying.
That's awesome.
And then in terms of technology, what would you say is the most leveraged technology that's helped you grow your business? Maybe in the last 5 years, because things have changed. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And it has changed. And thank goodness, 18 years, you've seen it all. Like, I've seen, the REO short sale market. You had to adjust there. That was crazy because everything wasn't online, right? Now that everything's online, make sure that you're up to date with those because they're going to be coming back. Your Equator accounts and, just doing business, with banks, for instance, virtually. That's a huge thing. This, the last 5 years, actually last year to 2 years, I've been doing a lot with social media. So a lot with media. I have media as a background, but never really knew how to kind of mesh it together. Mm-hmm. But probably for the last year or 2 years, I've now said, you know what? I'm going to get into radio. And so that's one of the things that I'm doing now, kind of leveraging the radio on a, KFAX, AM 1100 KFAX. And so it's a faith-based radio station. However, it ties into who I am because of faith in home buying. And I talk about real estate and also to faith. So that has helped tremendously. It's been amazing. Most people forget that, hey, radio still has listeners. They may not necessarily be millennial, but I've had a lot of millennials actually call in. So radio is one. And then also two, which you have kind of going in the background, American Dream TV. I've been on seasons 5, 6, and 7. And, currently, and even now that, COVID-19 is happening, still leveraging the television as well, which is huge. And the quality of the work and the quality of the taping and the filming really raises the bar. So I've been leveraging a lot of media on social media in order to track audiences and stay in front of people. And it's been working.
That's awesome.
You shared something there, tracking audiences, and I always talk about that when we talk about the importance of meshing traditional marketing with the new digital end of marketing. If you're going to send direct mail out, are they going to look you up? How are you going to track that? Are they going to download something? Are they going to schedule an appointment? How do you really quantify your expenses and really provide an ROI to your marketing? And I think we see a lot of that now. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Dan. So for myself, again, I've been in this for a while, and I've tried it all. Done the Zillow leads, I've done that. I've been a Redfin partner agent. I've done it, and sending out stuff in farms, which great. Like if that works for you, that's wonderful. But for myself, I'm like, how can I best leverage my money and do something that I like and that I actually see results coming in, and happening. And that's why for myself, like when I would do, like for instance, Faith in Home Buying, I would do workshops. And even now, virtually, I could do it. We'll have something at the end of the month though, but leveraging what I like to do. Well, getting in front of people, I can send out maybe 1,000 or so, flyers, but that's not really how I feel that I can catch people and catch their attention. It's mostly probably by the one-on-one, the face-to-face for myself. And so I'll leverage my money in that aspect. And that's where my marketing my money goes in, and I see the return happen on that a lot more than when I did kind of farming neighborhoods and, especially saturated areas. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. For myself, I decided to go a different way. I like doing workshops. I like doing educational things. I like doing, for instance, American Dream Television is something different to get people to know who I am, personality-wise. I think that's so important, personality. So I'm leveraging more of that in this season of my career.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that I did, just, feedback-wise. I went to your website. I watched the video on your website, just scrolling down here a little bit, I saw it. And then I love the lifestyle. And that's the number one thing that I think that's changing a lot in this space is that it's becoming more of a lifestyle. So, like, who are you and what are you about? What do you like? The military thing definitely shone through when I watched it, and I loved how you were following up and going to one of your past buyers and looking at the house and going through it and asking about, oh, I've used your fireplace shed, and just bringing them into that know, like, and trust factor so they can watch it, build that know, like, trust factor, and they automatically want to learn more. Not to mention you already are very unique, right? Like your look, your personality, your persona is different. So I think that's infectious. And then on top of it, like they have to have faith and believe in you if they're going to list with you or buy a home from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's right. It's trust.
Right. Exactly. 100%. And you know what? And I think it's so easy because a lot of things are, online. You can obviously fake it. You can catfish it. You can fake it all career long. But I think I've gotten to a point that, I'm going to show you my flaws. Yeah, I've lost homes. Absolutely. Short sell. And that's part of, my story and what I tell when I do, for instance, Faith and Home. Like I'm telling you, no, we had a plan going through thinking that we were going to get homes, short sell, tried to short sell them, sold it for like pennies on the dollar, so being really open and upfront and letting people know, like, hey, no, I've been through some things. So just because you went through a short sale, you're now back in the market. I'm not here to judge you. Let's get you a home, right? Or if you're selling a home, I'm not here to judge you. Let's get it sold. So I'm really, and even with my vets, I do have a very, very niche clientele of veterans, which I'm extremely proud of. And I'm the only one in my family that didn't go into the military, honestly, like all my brothers, cousins, uncles, everyone. But I was the only one that didn't do it. However, it's been a blessing because I'm able to now service a lot of VA clientele, which most people kind of shy away from, but very much advocate for them in a crazy market with a whole bunch of offers and still getting their offers accepted. And I said, people need to know this. Like, I don't think that people really understand that, hey, your agent is your biggest advocate. Yeah, they may have numbers and stuff, but if they're not advocating for you because they don't believe in you or believe in your loan or 5% down FHA, doesn't matter. If they don't believe in it, it's going to be hard to sell. And for you to get a home. So
that's so true.
Totally.
So true. So Dan, talk a little bit about the past 5 years. You talked about it as well. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I am looking to develop team. I think that's the next level. right?
Okay.
Next level really is, okay, as far as the leader is concerned, you know, and someone like, how do you know that you're really good, right? How do you know that you can actually do this and have it be sustainable? So my next step is for a team to develop those that hopefully look like me and can, and no, and then I'm serious because and let's just be real, like in the Santa Clara County, Alameda County, there's not a lot of, except in Oakland, right? There's not a lot of like women of color that do this business, especially young ones. And I'm hoping to attract more of that into the industry because when I came in, I didn't see it. I just didn't. And just to be honest with you, you know, we need more. We know we have great ways in which we look at things, and I think that representation is a necessary thing. So that's going to be my next 5 years to really push towards mentoring, developing a team of you know, women of color that can come out here and hang with the big dogs. So
Awesome. Okay.
I love
inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring. I love you know, just how you're just being transparent. That's so cool. So we're getting closer to the end. We have a couple questions. I know Dan has one, and then I'll have a couple more for you before we close out the show today.
right on.
So this is my favorite question I like to ask everyone.
You're on the spot.
What is the one piece of advice you would give an agent who just got licensed, just maybe it's day one of their real estate career?
Run!
What is what is that one thing that their broker is not going to tell them, that is not scripted by every coach in the industry, that you think is the golden nugget of advice?
You know, and I had just recently told someone this because they asked me to mentor them or, you know, kind of do things. And I said, you know, the one thing that has sustained me is finding a passion. You have to be passionate about it. If it's about numbers and it's not about people, you're not going to survive. Yeah, you'll have a stint of having some good years, but the longevity of it, you're not going to last. And, you know, whether it's loving architecture or whether it's, you know, liking listings and loving to, you know, to create a home space, you know, find something that you're passionate about so that no matter the ups and the downs of the market, you have something to hold on to other than the numbers, right? Because the numbers can be fleeting, right? The numbers can go up and they can go down. However, if it's something that you enjoy doing, it's never going to be work. It's always going to be fun. And that's what you want it to be. Because when you go out with clients and stuff, my clients are my friends. They really are. Like, that's, if you want to really kind of get me, you can go out and try to look for a home with me. Like, it's just find something you're passionate about other than the numbers, and you'll go long in the business. You really will.
Yep. That's
Great
awesome.
advice.
Yeah, great advice. So don't go shallow, go deep. The deeper that you go, the better from my perspective. That's
100%. It's not about numbers. It never, for me, and I'm telling you, it never had been about numbers. I loved the fact of getting families in their homes, and I celebrated just as much with them, you know, as they did. You know, invite me over to family functions, and people are looking at me like, "Oh, so you're part of the family?" "Oh, no, I'm the realtor." Huh? You know, even to deaths, to all types of things. I've seen it all. But
Wow.
That's what you want. I want depth. I don't want the surface stuff. I want to, you know, again, you know, let my clients know that your clients, but now you've turned friends and family. So
It has impact. Yeah.
that's just me. Everyone has a different way on how they do it. But at least for myself, I think honesty and integrity is huge. And if they can read that with me, then great.
That's awesome.
I agree. As potentially like your customer, I like that. That's what I would want. I want more deep. I want faith. I want to understand. I want you to feel that it's not just like, you know, you have some of these big companies or these big teams, and it's number, next. And it's like, hello, hi.
We see it every day from just people who get into this industry for the wrong reasons. Oh, I want money, right? Yep. Oh, I want the flashy lifestyle and drive the nice car. And we always say, some of our best clients at Liftoff Agent are genuinely good people who build long-term relationships.
Exactly.
Go with us. So
exactly. 100%. And but you guys know that, like, people will see right through it, and I don't want anyone to feel like just a number. I just don't. And why? Because guess what? The more that I put into my relationships, their reviews are huge to me. Like that is worth its weight in gold if you can write a review or take the time out or refer. That's how you get your referrals. That's how you get your repeat business. And that's what I want. I don't want just, okay, hit and, mix and be done with it. No. We're going to be in this for life, and hopefully your children, which I've had, you have your children, they saw how everything worked out, loved it. They asked, so it's going through the family, and that's what I'm looking for. Not just, bye Tamika, you're in the house, we're done.
That's cool. Generational. I love it. So a couple last questions for you. So any books, podcasts, like recommendations, like that, maybe things that you've gravitated to or read, or podcasts that you've listened to or watched, what would you recommend?
No, well, Lift Off Agent. I just started Becoming by Michelle Obama. And I'm pretty intrigued by just her life and how she got started. I mean, she's just fantastic in what she knows, and I don't think we give her enough credit for how fantastic her mind is. As the first life. So I'm so curious to dig deep and kind of see, how did you become who you are? Because and you have the education to back it. You have you have everything to back, what it is that you're doing now, but most people don't see that. So I've just dived into the book, but I'm pretty excited. I'm reading books online now. It's like, you see all these books here, but all of them are in my computer. It's like,
yeah,
it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same as having a regular book on the computer, but I'm getting used to it. Marking things and stuff on a Kindle and, a laptop. But yeah, Becoming by Michelle Obama. That's been my newest sense of reading.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Audible is great. You can listen to it. You can get through it. I read that book. My wife read that book.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So don't tell me. Spoiler alert.
I don't want to spoil it, but I love how she story tells, and it takes you in, and you just want more, and you want more, and you want more, and then you get these golden nuggets, and it's just like, whoa. And then the way that she started to where she finished, and her whole mindset, it's a really good book. So
exactly.
Yeah, I recommend it.
If you really want, to be completely honest with you, one that I just finished is called Power and Purpose of a Praying Wife by Stormy Omarion.
Purpose. Okay.
Hey, we're teamworks in this. I have my husband. We've been married now for about 12 years. And so it's 13 years. And so now it's he's this other part of the team. If I have to go, we have kids. You know what I mean? You've got to have that other teammate. And, because I have a faith background, I need to pray for him just as much, because I know it's hard, seeing your wife kind of go and do, and he's used to it, but still, he's another part of my team. And if I didn't have his support, man, this job would be hard. So I'm thankful for that. And so, yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. It's interesting how it's a different teammate. You have your professional teammates at work, and then you have your personal teammates at home, and it's all a balancing.
Right. I got my little coworkers now, my little 10-year-old and 5-year-old coworkers.
That's so cute. Awesome. They'll probably be in the video. They're holding the camera.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, when you're at home, this is, it's different too. And I'm so glad that you have just a plethora of different people that you have on your show. And you being a dad, and a dad, I don't know if you are too, but, as being a female, being in this industry and having kids, it's so interesting that right now what we're going through, it was looked down upon. If you're a woman and, all of a sudden your kid pops into a Zoom meeting, or, you can't do things because your kids and stuff, right? Yeah. So now across the board, everyone's having to deal with their children at home. And I think at the end of this, people are going to kind of, they're going to see that, hey, you need to kind of back off a little bit on, children and, understanding, just being a lot more understanding on things, especially gender roles and stuff. And so, I just think that's very important too. And that people understand gender roles, that, hey, it doesn't matter, like male or female, as long as you get the job done. And if you're a mom, I'll tell you, get the job done even more, Yeah. But no. I think people are just seeing that, hey, you got to have a little bit more compassion when it comes to children and, home environment and stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, definitely. And take it to that next step. We had an office in Alamo for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And taking on the other side, it's just like, the perception of having an office, oh, you're so successful and this and that. And then I closed down the office. I got married last year. We had our daughter. I moved in here. I built this out. My wife's like, oh, you don't tell anyone you're in a garage. Like, I don't care.
I'm letting you know. Exactly.
Complete transparency. And then we actually had a client call me out about it. I'm just like, I'm not working any less hard for you and your business and driving for your success because I'm in a garage. Home. Okay. I'm still, come on here.
Stick on my bow tie.
I'm still getting dressed up here. But awesome. So we're pretty much at the end of the show. And I know we could probably talk forever. Just want to be respectful for our listeners and viewers.
Absolutely.
The floor is yours. Is there anything that you want to leave for our listeners and viewers that they could take from this? Something you want to tell them? Some good news you want to share? Whatever it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Norman. But as of right now, I have a listing that's going to be coming up in Livermore. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, about 1,700 square feet. But I do believe that it's something that's, for a first-time home buyer. It's not on the market quite yet. It's still off-market. But if they would stay tuned and check out my website, TamikaEllsworth.com. It's up there, TamikaEllsworth.com. And also, too, understand that I do have a radio show. It airs Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock in the morning, AM 1100 KFAX. Kind of some good stuff. Get you, kind of going for your Saturday morning before you get out there and, face the day. It's a great way to I have people on there always talking about all things real estate, but really amazing people and businesses that I highlight. Then also, too, you have American Dream that comes out on Thursdays at 7, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime. So that's like almost every other month or so. So, yeah, TamikaEllsworth.com.
Love it. She's saying busy over here, and she's not traditional. I like that. Very, very unique and very different. Well,
yeah, no, it's fun.
That's cool. Well, thank you so much, Dan, for being our co-host today and for your
Thanks,
time.
Dan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much, Tamika, for your time. Really appreciate it. And I'll be staying tuned and checking you out, and I'll have to tune into your radio show. And
right on.
To all our listeners and viewers, we really appreciate your time. Hopefully you took something from today's podcast that you can apply to your business to have more massive success. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you found value and took something you can apply to your business today. Be sure to join our community on Facebook, Real Estate vs. Technology, all spelled out. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. It's Real Estate Tech. And of course, if you or someone else you know would like to be a part of our show, just go ahead and send us an email. It's reversetechtalk@gmail.com, and we'll see you next week.